In the name of God the Father, and God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. 3, 2, 1, 0. The cake is cut. And now we have to pop some wine, all of them non-alcoholic, because, okay, let's pop the champagne because we are not allowed to drink alcohol on these holy grounds. Over to you, Captain Denu. Pop, pop, pop. Let's go. Okay, clap our hands, everyone. Let's all clap our hands. Clap your hands and please be seated. Please be seated. Let's clap our hands for the poppers and the cake cutters and the distinguished guests. We are nearly done.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the family elders and relations of the late founding headmaster of KETASCO, Mr. Nathan Anankwa, and that of the Dankwa Weku of La in the Greater Accra region, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to the organizers of this 70th anniversary celebration of this great school for extending an invitation for us to join this important landmark event taking place today. The theme KETASCO at 70, Retrospect and Prospect should not only take us down memory lane, but must reinforce the determination it took Mr. Nathan Kwao and the Pioneer 25 Pioneer students to start KETASCO on February 27, 1953. Let me also commend the Kujau family for hosting the beginning of KETASCO in their home. Back in the day, that facility would have been preserved in its original state to serve as a museum. Togi Chairman, it's also very important to recollect and appreciate the efforts of Mr. Joseph Wilfred Abrukwa, who came to succeed Mr. Kwao as headmaster from 1957 to 1963. They are candid examples of untiring and determined efforts of two non-indigens who set themselves up the task of successfully securing the birth of KETASCO. We should also be paying glowing tribute to the other headmasters who followed and secured KETASCO through second team.
Do you want to see the first school prefect?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, you are going to bring tears to the eyes of somebody. He was actually the #1 student on the list because his names all carry the alphabet A. The late Mr. Alphonse Ayite Ajavon. Put your hands together. Let's remember him. Let's remember him. And he's represented here this hour by his son and I think 2 of his daughters, if they are all not here. One of them calls me Coppervy, but I don't mind. I am just glad they don't call me, she and the mom, they don't call me Copperto. When they say Kopoto, it means your villageness cannot be eradicated. But Kopavi, there is a hope that you will change. So when I am at the UN headquarters in New York, I call Mama Ajavon and say, Kopavi is calling you from New York. Ladies and gentlemen, let's acknowledge the children of that wonderful first school prefect. We have Mr. Ayi Ajavon, and we have the daughters, Cecilia, Dede Ajavon, and then we have Frances, Kokoi Ajavon. Put your hands together. And their mama, Madam Comfort, Ajo Ajavon, would have loved to be here, but she said 3 people are enough from the Ajavon family. So we are acknowledging all of them.
Young people like Bright Gajo, James Lutherod, and Francisca Lamini. How could I turn down such an invitation for such great efforts of people like them that have put KETASCO on the international map? I'll be very much remiss if I didn't tell you a few anecdotal stories about KETASCO and my presence in KETASCO coming from Infancy Pim. Was it a cultural shock? I'm not sure. But one of the things I quickly realized was that KETASCO was embedded deeply in the Anglo historical culture, where students felt free to cook and play in the dormitory. And I do remember one occasion when they had soaked Gary in a bucket. And somebody shouted, "A sukli maliu." And I innocently, with very little ever though, said, "A jamalia." I also remember the very fun Sundays coming from a boys' school and being treated with sumptuous meals from the girls. And it will come in the form of a basket with some nice napkin wrapped around the food. And trust me, when the food came, and those were those days when we were not too conscious about health, you had to dig your finger into the soup and make sure that the oil was a lot of oil that would come close to the end of your finger. Then you knew you were in love and the girl was in love with you. My last story to this effect is again coming from a boys' school and coming to a mixed school is a different ball game. And when the girls will sing, Ejereka Mamonyomo. On a more serious note, there is no way I could be in this chieftaincy leadership without my attendance at KETASCO. Over the years, I have come to the conclusion that there are 3 things that distinguishes KETASCO from any other school in the world. And what are they? Cultural excellence, academic valor, and the third one, compassionate integrity. I have been molded by these values. And so when I was out there traveling, every iota of my being was being driven and guided by these values. A lot has been said about people who made contributions to this school, but I'll choose one person without bias and for a sense of commonality. That person was both here in KETASCO and was also in Infansipim. And he left KETASCO as the third headmaster and went and developed Infansipim Secondary School. And who is that person? J.W. Abrukwa. And today, not only is there a house, Abrukwa House, but there is a house in Infansipim named after him. And may I leave the students with something. And that something will carry you for the rest of your lives. And this comes from J.W. Abrukwa. And he said, a race must be finished. Regardless of whether you are last or first, finish the damn race. Just finish the race. It's not about competition. It's about living your life to your own fullest. And that message can you throughout your entire life, and you will do very, very well. A race must be finished.
We fly. Cholali, now or never. On the wings of a mighty eagle, flying higher and higher, from strength to strength, roping in glories and laurels, resting not on thy oars. Great and mighty achievements thou hast achieved, and even more. Though so far so good, yet excellence thy soul yearns to reach. As thou skyrockets beyond the blue skies, soaring highest heights, remain the best. What a brave, marvelous bird thou art. A humble beginner, a cradle and a citadel, not only for literary, but for sports, culture, and other disciplines. Thou set out to conquer the world, producing great men and women of valor, excelling in diverse fields of endeavor, putting smiles on the faces of many as they do exploit gallantly. Truly of late, thy dazzling eaglets flying, shoulder to shoulder in the sky with their competitors, like lions and cheetahs, zooming above them. They flew back with medals, taking the nation and world by storm. What a historic feat and moment. The quest for more glories and laurels to make the world a better place for all continues. Lifting thy banner, nobler and higher, both in power and might, globally, as the great and mighty eagle leads the way. A highly respected educational institution, known not only in Ghana, but across the world, full of fame and praiseworthy. So is thy history, yet never resting on thy oars, battling with daunting challenges, forging ahead bravely. Aging at 70, a crossroad thou have reached, retrospection and prospect at a junction of time. At a crossroad, a crucial and decisive moment has come, a moment to move. Forward or backward, a moment to retreat and surrender, or advance, a moment to put shoulders to the wheels of progress, or quit and shift blame, a moment to put all hands on deck, or work in isolation. With the gracious Lord on thy side, surely thy avowed aims will thou achieve, as thy children offer the positive, as thy prospect look brightest. With opportunities at stake, never let challenges clip and peg down the wings of the mighty eagle, to render it unable to soar, as is not earthly bound, but heavenly, to maintain her majestical strides in reputation, prowess, and nobility at all costs. As our forefathers and others toiled sacrificially hard, building the great alma mater, making us proud partakers and enjoyers of their legacy, so it dawns on us to do our responsible part, honorably, toiling hardest, to make our ageless future leaders, to achieve highest laurels possibly, to make us wondrous and happiest. Hovering and flying around the globe, the powerful eagle screams out, calling out her great children, home and abroad, and friends as well, to unitedly resolve as one great powerful front to solve challenges confronting the great alma mater in the face of teeming student population. Notably, the assembly hall, retooling of the science lab, dining hall extension, furniture for the newly constructed girls' dormitories, more washrooms, and among others. As it took from not only a day to build, little by little, year in, year out, by dint of hard work and perseverance, being a well-recognized force, surely, our goals will reach, to make our alma mater remain great and strongest as a great lighthouse lighting up the whole world. Long live KETASCO, long live Ghana, long live Africa, long live Jolali. Cholali, now or never, so help us God. Cholali, now or never, by David T.K. Lawson. And I am Chochi Roda of 2 Science C. Thank you.
Ajavon. His classmates, Dr. Ablo, started an ultramodern ICT center, but could not complete it simply because he was unfortunately taken away from us by death. The powerful art studio and gallery project under construction is also by an old student who always prefers to remain anonymous. Our new Alumni Center, which is one of the glamorous, arguably the best around, is being provided to the school by our past students, especially the North American branch of our old Student Association. Many renovation works in the school are all by old students, especially our washrooms. I dove out my heart to these year groups who continuously support the school in provision of these washrooms and other facilities. To all of you, I say, I echo, you make life more easier for us in the school. We always try to make a difference as a school. All we need is support from all key stakeholders and well-wishers to make the unfathomable happen. On behalf of His Royal Highness, Dr. Sri III, the organizing committee of this anniversary, the custodians of the land, the political leaders of the land, I welcome all of you to this glamorous and memorable celebration. Have a fulfilling celebration. Thank you very much.